Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today. Today, the Houston Astros will play the Athletics for a regular season game number 74. The Astros and try to at least not, lose. Well, a win tonight would guarantee them not losing this series. Even though the series would go to 2-1 with a win tonight, usually that will get you a series win. But since this is a 4-game series and the fourth game ends tomorrow, this would just guarantee the Astros won't lose this 4-game set against the A's tonight if the Astros can get a dub. The Astros offensively this year have really struggled the day after scoring double-digit runs, but somehow still have a very positive 3-1 record. One of those wins actually comes against the Athletics. Almost called them Oakland. And funny enough, that was also against Luis Severino, the pitcher that is on the mound for the A's tonight. That was a game where it was Lance McCullers Jr. versus Severino, and Lance McCullers Jr. picked up 12 strikeouts in 6 innings for the Astros. And so that is one of those 3 wins for the Astros. And that game against the A's, a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, is the most runs the Astros have scored a game after scoring double digits. The Astros have not gone over 5 runs this season, the game after scoring double digits, but somehow still have a record of 3-1 this year, the day after putting up double digits. As they're only averaging 3.25 runs per game the game after double digits, but still 3-1 record. That shows how good the pitching has been this year for the Astros. And tonight, the Astros should feel confident with another great pitcher on the mound for the Astros. And 2 of those 3 wins that I talked about, the Astros have had Framber Valdez and Hunter Brown on the mound for 2 of those 3 wins that the Astros have this year. The game following putting up double digits. And tonight, it will be Framber Valdez again. The last time the Astros put up double digits, it was Hunter Brown on the mound against Minnesota. The time before that, it was Framber Valdez on the mound against Chicago. The Astros scored 3 runs in the game that Hunter Brown pitched in, and then scored 4 in the game that Framber pitched in, and won both those games. But tonight, it will be Framber Valdez again, as he's been red hot. This last start for Framber, he was not able to go 6 innings, and I think that would be the goal for Framber, is to get back to going 6 innings. He was amazing getting 12 strikeouts in 5 innings. It was 1 strikeout away from a career high for Framber, but just struggled giving up, a bunch of hits and walks to the point where he could not even go in the 6th inning. Technically, you could have seen him go out there and pitch 1 out in the 6th, but I think for Framber tonight, the goal has to be is getting back to pitching 6 innings. But he's at the same time has still been locked down recently, and got the win in the last start. In the last game, has been absolutely outstanding recently, and it's been so fun to watch. And obviously in one of his last starts had the complete game. That was at the end of May, and so he's just been killing it recently. Had the start in Pittsburgh with 11 strikeouts. But so here's the lineup for Framber Valdez tonight. Jeremy Pena will be the leadoff man at shortstop. Hopefully he can get himself a hit. He has been cold. That is an understatement. He does not have a hit in the last 4 games. Isaac Paredes is at third base tonight, and he is, he had a pretty good game yesterday, 2 for 4 with a double and a 2 RBI single. Altuve was hitless yesterday, and so hopefully Altuve can get on the board tonight with a couple hits. He'll be in left field. Yanner Diaz is at 4 at catcher. Christian Walker is at 5 at first base. Ken Smith, after the best game of his major league career yesterday, 4 for 4, 2 home runs. The 4th youngest Astro to ever do that. And Ken Smith is in right field tonight, of course, at the 6th spot. Victor Caratini is at the 7th spot at DH after getting the day off yesterday. Jake Myers is 8 in center field. And Mauricio Dubon, after the amazing day yesterday with a home run, a double, a single, 2 walks, is at second base at the 9th spot. And then Framber Valdez is obviously the starter. The Astros trying to get to 12 games over 500 for the first time this season. Last season when the Astros got to 12 games over 500 for the first time, it was game 124. Tonight is game 74. That is a 50-game difference right there. And then also, not to mention that, last year when the Astros got win number 43, the Astros were 43-41 after their 43rd win of the season. They can be 43-31 after tonight's potential win if the Astros can grab it. So if the Astros win tonight and get their 43rd win of the season, it is 10 games better than they did last year, which would be great. So yeah, I think you are always confident in a recently with Framber Valdez, when he is out there, and this team is going to have Framber Valdez on the mound. You're always very confident in a win. I'm less confident as I usually would be, knowing this offense just scored 13 runs like they did last night. But I think with how locked in Framber's been recently, if he can just be a little bit better than what he was in his last start, if this offense can get 3 or 4 runs, should be able to win. Maybe even 2 could do it, but I'm not going to say 2. I think 3 or 4, and you should be fine if Framber could have a bounce back. It's crazy to say a bounce back when he just had 12 strikeouts, and it's tied for a career high in his last outing. But let's note that, he did give up, it was 3 earned runs he gave up, and it was, only 5 innings because a bunch of hits and walks were given up, but still was locked down with the strikeouts at 12 strikeouts in his last start. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros, athletics game today. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace out. Go Astros.